Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game number 1 from the IfengCup. This is going to be MGBP versus TQ, and I believe this is Sick of Past who, let me double check. This is TiuJQYU, and this is Sick of Past who is also MGBP. I don't quite know how to say these names phonetically, so I will try to refer to them as Orc and Undead, as the game does get underway here on I want to say Terranistan, but I'm not 100% sure. Yes, it is. It is Terranistan. My mind just went a little bit blank for a moment. All right, Orc versus Undead, a matchup that I don't really know all that much. Yes, I have cast a lot of Orc games. Yes, I have cast a lot of Undead games. But this matchup doesn't seem to come up nearly that often. Now, Orc versus Undead, I believe a couple years ago, players had thought that Undead had an unfair advantage, and then Grubby had changed that when Grubby was able to take out one of the leading Undeads, and now everyone feels that Orc has the upper hand. So depending on the meta, depending on who you ask, depending on when this game was being played, well, it would obviously be a coin flip. This game was pretty recent, though. I believe it was played on the 7th, or at least uploaded on the 7th of January. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series and enjoying the sound of my voice as we are going into what I believe to be a Crypt Fiend opening for the Undead player, which will give the Blade Master plenty of time to try and start creeping. Now, Undead players normally have two options in the early stages, trying to figure out how and when to build that Altar of Darkness. You can build that Altar of Darkness very, very early, and then try and train that Death Knight to cause some harassment. But because he knows he's most likely going up against a Blade Master, that is not a very, very good call. So he's delaying the Altar of Darkness, harvesting an additional amount of lumber off of the crypt, and then just going to leave these two ghouls at home to try and harvest plenty of lumber, as the Crypt Fiends will be making their way out. Blade Master on his way off to the north, going after that Apprentice Wizard. The Apprentice Wizard that does drop an item. He's hoping for Slippers of Agility, gets Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 instead. Not too shabby, as we are now going up against the Renegade Wizard as well. Grunt does deal extra damage to the medium armor of that Renegade Wizard. That Blade Master is going to take a fair bit of damage, but he's still going to be in a pretty good situation, picking up a Circlet of Nobility, and then most likely heading over to the Voodoo Lounge, selling some items. Is he going to sell the Squirrel Town Portal, pick up double healing salves? Most likely, yes, he will, as he is still on his merry way. Coming back down over here, Crypt Fiend pulling the creeps onto the Blight so that the Crypt Fiends can actually regenerate a little bit of hit points. Very, very nicely done there, as a Rod of Necromancy was purchased and will be used to help clear out these creep camps. One of the ways that the Undead player gets a little bit of an advantage now is that Rod of Necromancy for creeping, as the ghouls are often back at home trying to clear out the lumber, or just harvest more lumber. All right, Blade Master now has made its way down over here. Let's see, he does pick up a second Circlet of Nobility, so that Blade Master already has +7 strength, +4 agility, and now going to be going after some of those units there. Steals one, gets a skeletal minion as well, and may get another one. Yes, gets another skeletal minion, as the Grunt is now taking a little bit of damage. All right, is he going to wind walk his way into that position and try to push that Grunt out? That's what I would do at this point. I'm not quite sure why he isn't doing that. Oh, the wind walk would have been perfect. The wind walk push, but no, we are not going to be seeing that there, as the Blade Master is still sitting at level 1. And I would say that even though the Death Knight did end up losing a couple of units there, a couple of skeletal minions, not as important as losing a Grunt early on, as the Orc is currently a bit behind. He is going to catch up to level 2 here in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Death Knight does have Mantle of Intelligence and Gloves of Haste, so very, very nice item pickups there. Will most likely be given to the Lich later on, as the Lich is an important tier 2 hero in this matchup. So far, though, there's the Stronghold. Are we going to be seeing a Shadow Hunter? Most likely Lich, as well as the Death Knight will be forced to use a Death Coil to try and save a couple, or one of those low hit point Crypt Fiends. Blade Master still incredibly fast and incredibly annoying if you ever try to play against him, as that Blade Master just deals so much damage. If you take a look at the Blade Master damage, it is an average of about 35, I believe. Meanwhile, the Death Knight doesn't even doesn't even come close, sitting over at 32, and the Death Knight is just as much as a melee hero, and you also know that the Blade Master can come in with those critical strikes as well. So far, the Blade Master still wandering around here. It's going to try and steal this Sasquatch, but the Sasquatch is being very carefully not low on hit points. The Blade Master does not have enough damage there, as it's going to continue to take out more skeletal minions. There's the Dust of Appearance, as the Blade Master is now dangerously low on hit points. The Crypt Fiends may be able to get off another shot there. No, and now the Grunt needs to run off to the north. The Grunts were not joining in on that fight. The Blade Master is healing off to the side here. He is currently revealed, though, and he is not going to be able to win walk to finish off this Sasquatch. Let's go ahead and pick up a set of Sentry Wards. Very, very useful, as the Blade Master now just still wandering around here. It looks as though the skeletal minion will get taken out, and the Blade Master will continue to gain some experience once more. Death Knight now sitting at almost level 3. We are going to be going into Halls of the Dead. And now a Lich should be in store shortly. Alright, what I'm expecting from Tier 2. Tier 2, it is going to be Shadow Hunter and Lich. Both of these players are going to try and put pressure onto the other. And with Hex, is there... Yes, a Sentry Ward was placed down. Beautifully placed down, as the Blade Master was not expecting to get spotted right in that position. Alright, the Shadow Hunter is off to the north, though. And the Shadow Hunter got a little bit of experience. Not quite sure how, as we are going to be seeing a little bit of regrouping here. Alright, the Lich should be being trained. Yes, we are going into a Black Citadel, and we are also going into a Slaughterhouse. So this is not the TED opening using meat wagons. This is not going to be the case. This is going to be your traditional Death Knight Lich, Crypt Fiend, Obsidian Statues, and Destroyers to try and shut down your opponent. As you can see that the Shadow Hunter is still just trying to get to level 2. Alright, Death Knight now making its way off to the north. That is a lot of Crypt Fiends, as the Crypt Fiends are still wandering back and forth here. The Blade Master does have decent amount of armor, and also with that very, very important hero armor, he does take reduced damage from these Crypt Fiends. These Crypt Fiends do deal a fair bit, as we now see Frost armor onto those Crypt Fiends. The Frost armor really reduces the amount of damage that the Blade Master is able to do. The Frost armor slowing down the opponent's Blade Master, also giving an additional +3 armor, which is essentially 18% more hit points. And add in more passive regeneration and the like, and that Frost armor just really extends the life of those units, as the Blade Master also deals, he doesn't deal less damage, but he can deal less of it because his attack speed is slowed. Grunts now being brought over as well. You can see off to the north, the Death Knight will be getting to level 3 without a problem. Lich, however, still sitting at level 1, trying to get to level 2. And it looks like he will just be a little shy. Off to the north, though, the Shadow Hunter looks like it's going to be sitting at level 2. And sitting at having a level 2 and a level 1 hero, or level 2 versus level 3 and level 1, and it really depends on which heroes you're talking about. Getting that Shadow Hunter to level 2 was in fact more important, as being able to have Healing Wave in addition to Hex really rounds out the hero. The Death Knight still back over here. Lich will most likely get to level 2 off of this creep camp. Meanwhile, back over here, a Renegade Wizard looks like it will get taken out as well, in addition to a couple of Enforcers. And this creep camp does get taken out very quickly, as the Blade Master, now sitting at level 3, is trying to back off. Alright, Shadow Hunter in the back. The Blade Master now running back as well. This is a level 5 and a level 2 creep camp. I don't believe the Shadow Hunter will get to level 3, though, as the Blade Master now confident enough with Windwalk level 2 to try and come in for some harassment. Very good placement onto the Acolytes into the gold mine. They are all hiding in the back here, as the Blade Master now runs out and now going to be coming across this tavern here. It looks as though the Shadow Hunter wants to get to level 3, going to finish off these rogues, and once these rogues are gone, the Shadow Hunter should be at level 3. Level 2 Healing Wave would give the Blade Master very, very strong longevity, as he's also picking up a scroll of healing and a potion of lesser invulnerability. Alright, Kodo Beast now out. Kodo Beast just a giant target for that Crypt Fiend piercing damage, as we're now looking at these units coming in. All right, there's the piercing damage. The Blade Master still wandering around here. The Kodo Beast is off to the north, does have those battle drums there, as the Blade Master was not revealed. All right, here you go. The Blade Master may be charging in right now. There's an ensnare, and there goes a Raider off of a very, very fast Frost Nova. All right, the Blade Master attempting to take down the Obsidian Statue. However, the Obsidian Statue is currently Frost Armored. Very, very difficult to take down at this point, as it now becomes a destroyer. Huge change now, as the Blade Master is going to absolutely roll over this Orc army. You can see how much damage is being dealt here, and the Death Knight has just been able to heal up everything. Losing an Obsidian Statue only, or dealing a lot of damage to an Obsidian Statue only to have it become a destroyer, is absolutely heartbreaking, as the Obsidian Statue would have kept everyone alive, so it kind of needs to go down first. And now that the destroyer is in the air, he's actually able to do a lot as well. However, it looks as though the Shadow Hunter wants to try to finish it off. There's the Death Coil, saving it ever so barely, down to 397 hit points, as it would have fallen already, as all the units are now looking to back away. Dark Ranger has joined in on the fight as well. Undead Tri-Hero, very, very effective. Undead Tri-Hero able to do so much, including silencing that Blade Master to prevent him from Windwalk, as the Destroyer is still off to the north here. Kodo Beast still dissecting or digesting a Crypt Fiend, as the Crypt Fiend looks like it will get taken down. All right, Undead now. It looks as though after a very long fight, the Undead has a superior advantage. Shadow Hunter is sitting at level 3, but the Orb of Corruption was brought over by the Dark Ranger, given to the Lich, and that Lich is actually making negative armor onto that Blade Master. The Blade Master now down to 2.2 armor instead of 6. Very important, or instead of 7.2, as the Death Knight still wandering around here. You can see another silence there, as the Death Knight now trying to chase after this Shadow Hunter. All right, there's the engagement. There's an ensnare, as the Orc player is now hiding inside his own base, but this is not looking good. Blade Master now running by here. If he can perhaps take out a key hero, it may be able to stand a chance, but no, that is not going to be this case, as MGBP loses game 1. A very close game in the score, but that final fight just went so much in favor of the Undead that it was too much to overcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please stay tuned for game 2.